This week's second edition of the KZN Indigenous Games, we take a look at another three traditional games called KGATI, DIBEKE and DRIE STOKKIES. The games were held under the theme celebrating the legacy of Solomon Linda and South Africa's indigenous music. These games were hosted by the Department of Sport, Arts and Culture in partnership with the Kwa-Zulu Natal Department of Sport, Arts, Culture and Recreation.
The indigenous games, for some time, it was middle-aged people, that were coming and late teenagers. I was very happy this time around because young people are the majority of the teams from the provinces. That bodes well for us because those are the people that actually must have access to these games. They talk exactly to the heart of the department. They are the games that even when a family or a community is having a feast somewhere, children would be sitting in that corner and playing those games and making sure that those ones that don't know how to play them are being taught by the ones that know, because that's how us as black people have been doing this, what we call folklore, passing things from one generation to another. And that way, our culture doesn't get lost. That way, our children get to know where they come from. That way, these games then define who you and me are.
KGATI. KGATI is a skipping game where teams get 15 minutes to show their skills and are awarded points out of 10.
The reason why I chose KGATI as a preference in terms of the sporting codes that are here is because it is one game that shows flexibility, fitness, and rhymes and rhythms as well. And it also brings us together because it is a mixed team. We play as a team of 6, 3 girls, 3 boys. So it shows that KGATI is not only a code that can only be played by girls.
Face a lot of challenges because sometimes abantu bazobiza as weak, but we stubborn, all of these stuff, because bathi le nto esiyidlalayo is not for the males, it's for ama-females kuphela. And lo nto leyo sometimes iyasilimaza kakhulu because vele the reason why we started ukudlala ingqathu because funa ukutshengisa abantu abaningi ukuthi no, iKGATI is not for females only, it's for nabafana nawo wonke umuntu ofuna ukuyidlala.
What motivated me to coach KGATI is because I like playing sports. I like playing sports very much, and when I started playing this KGATI, I feel like we make friendship with other teams. I've been a coach for 2 years, starting from last year and this year. But I once started as a player, and last year and this year I told myself that I want to be a coach so that I can tell my players how we used to play KGATI, because some they don't know how to play KGATI, even variations and style.
KGATI, you cannot just meet when you are coming to the games. You have to first have training camps because remember, we are players from different districts. Even though we are from the same province, but we are coming from different districts. So then we need to be in one place. We need to know each other in terms of trainings, in terms of our game. We need to know what songs we're gonna play. We need to know what styles we need to bring into the game. So it takes us to have training camps right through till the time when we need to come to the Indigenous Games Festival.
KGATI, the only thing you must learn, you must know rhythm and time. Okay, sure. Now I must learn, now I must jump, now I must do whatever I want to do. Because apparently everything, it's very hard to play KGATI.
DIBEKE. DIBEKE is a running ball game played by 2 teams. The attacking team tries to kick the ball away from the defenders, while the defenders try to get the ball away from them using their hands.
I will say this game, what it means to me and all the youths around, it takes us back from where we are from, the way we used to. It was fun when growing up, playing your dictators, we didn't call it DIBEKE, at our place we call it Borish, your Kokos. It takes you back there to to represent who you are, and to teach you the culture, your culture, and to keep you in the right direction. Because if you play your indigenous games, it takes you back to teach you how to respect elders.
DIBEKE is team sports. If there's no communication, there's no game. If there's no helping one another, there's no game, because it's a team sport. So for example, if I lose a ball and there's no one coming up to cover for me, then there's no game because we lose. So DIBEKE is just an easy game. If only you can switch on, listen, that's all you have to do. So that is how you play DIBEKE.
Into yangigqugquzela ukuthi ngidlale le sports it was ucoach wami uMadida and nabanye bangasekhaya because babona ukuthi ngine potential, I can run.
It wasn't easy getting into the team, so I had to push as hard as I can, give it like more than 100%. So during the selections I had to go like 150%. So that was my only challenge, otherwise I'm good to go.
Our game plan was concentrate on fielding than running, knowing that we can field and then get a point, and then they field, they can get a point, and then we field, we get another 20 points, which is 2-1, and then after that 2-1, and then we know that we are settled and that we are winning the game. In terms of running, we didn't look much on it because our strength is on fielding. So our game plan is to field and try to eliminate them so that we can get points. If they eliminate us, and then we can also eliminate them on the second one, then we can get the second point, which is 2-1, and then we seal the game.
Today, our aim was to win, and fortunate for us, we did win, but it was just a game which was given us by Mpumalanga. It was such a very nice game, and even though we did them wrong, because we won like by 5-0, which is not supposed to be. Unfortunately, we're here to win. There's nothing else. We're just going for number one.
I just want them to be united, not to focus on the referees or umpires, not to focus on the table, just to play their own game, the way we used to play at DIBEKE from our province. That's the message I want to, and then they must enjoy.
Drie Stokkies. Drie Stokkies is a running and jumping game. The last person to jump in a team has to stretch the jumped distance to eliminate players from the opposing team.
Our playing is called a run and jump game. It originates from the Eastern Province and the Cape provinces, so it's called the run and jump game. This game has no sand. The triple jump has the sand, so that's the difference between the triple jump and the Drie Stokkies, but they fall under one category.
The difference here is a triple jump, your landing is on sand, sand pit. But here, you can play the sport any place, any open field, you can play it. Even in the street, people can play that. People love it, especially kids love it. And that's what we are also doing in our community by taking these games to the schools, to introduce these games to the schools.
We judge by the falls. Any mistake, you go out. How do we judge the winner? On the final day, we check the one who has jumped the farther distance, and then that's where we judge.
Thanda Stokkies kakhulu. Uyidlalela wena nanokuthi futhi ke bayigqugquzela kakhulu ukuthi udlale. Makumadla netball baningi abantu abatshelwayo into kanjalo. So suke nje uyidlalela wena uwazi ukuthi uyakwazi ukulungisa iphutha leli ngilenzile ulungisele wena udlalela wena futhi. Hayi ngizizwa ngiphatheke kahle kodwa ngiphatheke kabi futhi kodwa bengitshela ngizothola igold kodwa ke akusenani ngoba bengitshela nje ngiphume futhi iqala. So ngiphatheke kahle akufananga.
I prove on a mentally and physically as well. And actually I gave extra training on weekends to improve and set records while we are on training. We set records for ourselves.
I'm very happy. It's been a long time I'm doing Drie Stokkies now. Since I was 12 years old. I'm 17 years old now.
First of all, it was a very emotional moment for me, as we've expected this long ago. Last year we received a bronze medal, but we worked very, very hard around the clock in preparation of this event. And we knew all along that we are going home with the gold medal. My message to the young generations is believe in yourself, set goals for yourself, and everything is possible if you put your mind to it, then you can achieve it and you will be successful at the end of the day.
KwaZulu-Natal remained undefeated after retaining its title as the winners of the Indigenous Games. The Indigenous Games Festival campaign aims to promote social cohesion and nation building and celebrates the country's rich history, heritage and culture. Upcoming cycling events. Okderak Wine Estates is hosting a summer festival on the 10th of December on the west coast near Piketberg. There will be a mountain bike challenge offering distances of 15, 45 and 60 kilometers.